It's such an atmospheric place, especially in the early morning when the mist is rising. It's like something out of the Hound of the Baskervilles. I've come here today to the Migneint, which is part of the Ysbyty estate, and I'm standing on the shores of Llyn Conwy, which is the source of Afon Conwy, the Conwy River, which flows from here all the way down to the town of Conwy itself. This is one of the most special places in the whole of Wales in terms of the vastness of the area and the solitude and the special feeling that you get here. And we're managing this site and a lot of the catchment itself in a very special way, in a joined up way. Although the National Trust own this land, we can't possibly hope to manage it without the help from various partner organisations and the local community. And one of those partners is the RSPB.
This area is called the Migneint, and it's jam-packed full of wonderful species and habitats which are on the edge of the range in the UK. They're not found in very many other places in Wales. The habitats that are of interest up here that are very special are a mosaic of blanket bog and dry heath. Associated with those habitats you get black grouse, red grouse, curlew and golden plover. The reason that there's still these special habitats and species present up here at this altitude is because there's been a continuation of traditional management up here, extensive mixed farming.
This is one of the great number of ditches that we've blocked over the years on Migneint, and I'm standing in what was the ditch, and the dam is upstream. By blocking up these ditches, we're locking away the carbon, we're improving the water quality downstream. We are slowing the rate of flow of the water, so there's a decrease in flash flooding downstream, and also we're improving the quality of the habitats in the surrounding area, so the blanket bog is re-wetting. This is Ty Cipar, which is Welsh for the gamekeeper's house or cottage, and it's the only building up on Migneint. It's a very lonely and isolated place. It tells us a little bit about the history of the place as well, because there was a rich man's playground to come and shoot the grouse in years gone by, and that led to the legacy that we have to deal with today of all the ditches that we've had to fill, because they would be coming up here to dig all the ditches to improve the land for grouse shooting.
So now we're looking at a scene which is quite typical of this area. You're coming down off the moorland habitats, which you can see the purple heather in the background, down through the freeth land with scattered trees and rough pasture with a more uneven sward, which is excellent for curlew and lapwing, and you get lovely wet areas in there for the chicks to feed. And then down into a more wooded valley area, and you can see the farmhouse in the background with the more fertile fields.
We're down in Cwm Eidda, which has Afon Eidda, which runs off from the Migneint area. It's another tributary of the Conwy catchment. It's a contrast to the upland that we were at previously. The habitats here have got a completely different feel. It's a bit warmer for one thing, and it's a fantastic mix or a mosaic of habitats. We're on National Trust land here. It's a tenanted farm, but it's been farmed in sympathy with the wildlife of the area.
If you come here in May, June, you'll see a wealth of colour, absolutely covered in flowers. You'll get northern marsh orchid, there's lousewort, there's butterwort, you've got yellow rattle, there's still some meadow sweet in flower that you can see here. It's just a wealth of diversity. This habitat is extremely rare in Britain. You'll get small mammals and skylarks in this sort of area.
This is Afon Eidda, and rivers are a very special feature here, very important for the connectivity between habitats, because where there's a river there's normally a stretch of woodland or trees, or maybe a line of a hedgerow. That allows for species and to move freely between habitats. So there's a connection from the upland all the way down into the lowland.
Woodland is a fantastic habitat here. Because of the clean air and the high rainfall, you get a huge amount of lichens, special communities of lichens, mosses, liverworts. There's also special birds that live here, the pied flycatcher and wood warbler.
This isn't just a fantastic place for wildlife, it's also a living and working community, and it always has been, which is why we've ended up with a fantastic environment here. For it to remain a fantastic habitat and a place where the local community can thrive into the future, we have to make sure that both elements work together. There are over 50 tenant farms in this Ysbyty estate for the National Trust. To ensure that those 50 plus farms remain working and living here as part of a living community into the future, we need to make sure that the farms survive, and that's the way to ensure that the habitats survive also.